Alright you guys, the series Cobra Kai is officially wrapped. Let's talk about it. This is going to be spoiler filled. If you haven't watched it yet, make sure you like this video, save this video, come back to it. I'm going to talk about the season and the series as a whole in total. Back in the year 2018, Cobra Kai released on YouTube Red, and instantly it became one of my favorite shows. I watched it from the get-go. That's right, for those of you that don't know, Cobra Kai wasn't originally a Netflix show, it was on YouTube Red. And it was really the main show on that short-lived subscription service. But the show was awesome because it told a retelling from Johnny's perspective on the events of 1984's Karate Kid. But it told the story of Johnny Lawrence and his life after the All Valley against Daniel LaRusso in 1984. It also told his relationship with Miguel, a young boy that he taught karate because Miguel was being bullied. All this to say, I'm glad that after 6 seasons and where we started in YouTube Red, the series Cobra Kai got back to its roots. It told the story of Johnny Lawrence, because that was always the point of the show, and I was so glad and relieved that they went this direction because that was the only right way to go. Parts 1 and Parts 2 of Season 6 was very Daniel LaRusso and Miyagi centered, but Part 3 was perfection. Let's get into it. When Miguel and Tori donned the black Cobra Kai gis for the Sekai Taikai, I was elated. I was over the moon. They were playing Thunderstruck. Johnny rolls out in his Cobra Kai gi. I could not have been more excited. The show was going full circle. We were getting back to our roots, and I was in for it. And Miguel and Tori both win. They become champions of Sekai Taikai, and it is awesome. Especially for Miguel, who overcame so many different things throughout the entirety of this show. But the relationship between Johnny and John Kreese was also further explored in this part. It was a father-son relationship that was spurned way back in 1984. This version of Johnny really looked at Kreese as his father, and when Kreese put him in a headlock in Karate Kid Part 2, Johnny felt left. He felt betrayed. And the rest of Johnny's life is what dictated what happened to him in the events of Cobra Kai. But Kreese apologized, and he made amends. So much so that Kreese actually blew up the boat that him and Silver were both on, ending their stories together in a fiery inferno, which was awesome. But after Cobra Kai and Iron Dragon tie on points, the tiebreaker is assumed, and it has to be Sensei Wolf against the Sensei of Cobra Kai, which in this case is Johnny Lawrence. So Johnny gets to make up for what happened in the All Valley in 1984 and win it, which leads to one of my favorite scenes in the entirety of the show. Daniel LaRusso being the sensei to Johnny and teaching him and training him with a training montage set to "You're the best around." I jumped out of my chair. I just could not stop smiling during this entire section. It was awesome. And then you get to the main bout, and it's the same 3-point style that it was in the All Valley back in 84. And long story short, Johnny wins it. But not before Daniel LaRusso gives him a whole "fear does not exist in this dojo," going full Cobra Kai in order to get and motivate Johnny to beating Sensei Wolf. And he does it. The moments after the fight are nothing but pure joy. I could not stop smiling for the last 15 minutes of this show. Because the entire point was always Johnny Lawrence. How he lost the All Valley in 84. How he hated Daniel LaRusso for everything that happened in his life. That's what Cobra Kai was always about. And the fact that these two once rivals became best friends. No, they became family. They hoist the All Valley, the Sekai Taikai together in the same spot where Daniel LaRusso had beaten him years before. That was the point of the show, and the creators and the writers and the producers knew exactly how to end this thing. It's very rare when a show ends on a high and they're able to land the plane, but Cobra Kai did it. This is one of the best endings to any TV show I've ever watched. I'm not joking. They gave the fans exactly what they wanted. Is the show corny? Yeah. Is it cheesy? Of course it is. But it's awesome. I have as much love for the show today as I did when I first watched it back in 2018. God, back when I was 24 years old. So Cobra Kai. Have you seen it? And if you haven't, what are you doing? Go watch it. It's awesome. I'm rating the finale a 10 out of 10. They couldn't have made it any more perfect for me. Everything is sewed up perfectly. I love this show. I'm going to miss it dearly.